When's this guy getting here? All right, well, I'm going to the can.
This video was fueled by coffee. If you like it, help me make more by buying me a coffee at coffee.com/lifewithlockie.
Hello, my name is Lachlan Cosgrove, but you can call me Lockie, and this is Two-Way.
Two-way, two-way. It takes two for a two-way, two-way. With Lachlan Cosgrove.
Today's guest is a practicing clinical psychologist as well as an Associate Professor of Psychology at the University of New Hampshire. Here to talk about his new book, Balls Deep, Why Sexual Desire Leads to Poor Decision Making. Please welcome to the show, Professor Adam Aardvark. I'm sorry, I think you've crossed your wires there. My book is called The Psychology of Poor Decision Making. Oh, right. So not Balls Deep? No. Actually, no, now you mention it, I can actually see someone has handwritten on my script here, probably while I was in the toilet before. Was it you, Gary? You fucker. Sorry, our sound guy Gary thinks he's some type of a fucking comedian. Just hold the boom. Just hold the boom. Sorry about that. So the book is called Why Sexual Desire Leads to Poor Decision Making. The Psychology of Poor Decision Making. No sexual desire. Well, I mean, we've all got some, right? The Psychology of Poor Decision Making. So, Professor Aardvark, in a psychological context, what defines a poor decision? Well, that's a great question, Lockie. A poor decision within individual psychology means taking a decision which, even with the logical knowledge knowing that it will lead to a poor outcome, an individual still takes anyway. These decisions are often heavily motivated by a mental or emotional state and can be often driven by a past unresolved trauma. For example, poor decisions could include... like Gary's trauma from having a mother who was a village bicycle. Could include rampant poor decision making with food choices, the chronic use of pornography, repeatedly returning to a cheating partner. Oh, haven't done that one. Or the other two. The individual knows that these decisions will almost certainly lead to a poor outcome for them, whether mentally or physically, but they take these decisions nonetheless. And it's in this context that I speak about poor decision making in the book. So bad choices even in the face of logic. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Alright, so you've identified this poor decision making. What can you or I or we do at an individual level to avoid making these poor decisions again and again? Well, really, the first step is identifying that you're taking these poor decisions in the first place, and then accepting that you're doing so. Some people can't even do this, and I'm afraid this is the biggest roadblock for people changing their poor decision making. However, once you have identified this and you're able to accept it... Can we talk about psychology more generally? Sure. Right, so I've recently undertaken some very big changes in my life, where I started this YouTube channel and this show, started posting a few videos. I did check some out before we came on. Like and subscribe. And anyway, I was just wondering what the name of the psychological phenomena was that I'm experiencing where, I'm posting these videos and as they're going up and then watching them back, I'm thinking, this is rubbish, this is no good, this is just terrible. What's the term for this? I'd perhaps say clarity. Clarity? I think it's a sign of a healthy psychology to not be suffering these delusions of grandeur that tell us we're special. To really be in touch with reality and the truth in our lives. You should commend yourself for that. And remember, just because your videos are bad, that doesn't make you bad per se.
Oh, they weren't that bad.
A 15-minute vlog about the learning curve? Come on.
Yeah, well, that one was my personal experience, and it wasn't just that. It was there was a house tour in there too.
No one wants to see your house.
Well, guess what? No one is interested in your dry as toast book. And another thing, the only way they're going to read it is if they make a poor decision and stuff up by accidentally getting it from a junk store or something, because they're going to know that your book sucks and you suck.
This is a classic case of deflection, Lockie. I offer you a constructive bit of feedback and criticism, and you fly off the handle.
No. You're right. You're right. I should be able to accept constructive feedback when it comes, and it's only early days, so I'm sorry. Well, tell us more about the book then.
Well, one of the keys in my book is the 6-step strategy that I developed with my colleagues at UNH. It is a learnable and replicable system for making better decisions time and time again.
You saw my blog about the hailstorm, right?
To be honest with you, Lockie, Gary over there showed me that one earlier and said it was probably your best so far. I found it disinteresting. I couldn't even get to the hailstorm. I was perhaps as disinterested in that as you are seemingly in the contents of my book, even though what I'm explaining to you could help not only your viewers, but also, more importantly, I think, yourself. In the book, we talk about sociopathy, or as we call it, clinically antisocial personality disorder. Perhaps you'd like to hear more about that.
I think we can... I think we can get to that later. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you this, Professor Aardvark. Have you ever had a sexual relationship with one of your clients?
All right. Okay. I think we're done here,
Fine by me!
Yeah. I don't need this. I did Kimmel and I did Fallon in the States. You think I'd care about this shit?
This is your fault, Gary. I'll tell you what, if you touch my script again, I will bury you. You understand me? That's all we have time for on this week's episode of Two Way. I hope you got just as much insight out of it as I did. Until next time, I'm Lachlan Cosgrove, and you've had a two-way. Sweating like a fucking pig. God damn it.